Okay, finally, we want to look at some of the other skills that a good manager will have and will help a project manager or a project leader. Things like influencing skills, delegating skills, negotiation skills, leading skills. We're not going to look at these in any great detail. I'm giving you some ideas of some of the research and the knowledge that is out there about these subjects. Influencing is about trying to persuade other people to get something done. And you might have that persuasion because you've got some knowledge or some information, or you've got some political power, or because you're their manager, you've got some legitimate power over them. Influencing people to do the jobs. It's rather like motivation. I've got some interesting thoughts on motivation coming up. You need to delegate work to people. Sometimes I personally have a real problem with delegating work because I believe that I'm the best person to do it, and that actually it just won't be done properly if I don't do it. However, you need to delegate work such that you can, as project manager, you can deal with the important things. Releasing yourself to speak strategically with the senior managers, releasing yourself to go and talk to other project managers in the organization, proactively thinking about your project rather than being within your project on a day-to-day basis because you have to do everything. We've looked at the forming, storming, norming, performing process. As you move away from telling people what to do, you need to delegate work to them. I need you to do this for me now. There's no point in me doing it. It frees up your time. You're going to need some negotiation skills. Negotiation because it's a good way of reducing costs on your project to get that thing done cheaper or to negotiate it done quicker. Negotiators, it's a skill in itself. You can go on training courses for negotiation. One of the key important things about negotiation is that information is power. If you've got some knowledge, it's going to give you some power. Imagine walking into a car showroom and the salesman wanders up to you and he says, "Oh, sir, madam, you interested in one of our vehicles?" And you might say, "Well, not at the advertised price, I'm not." And you're saying, "I know about this, I've done my research, and I'm not going to be a walkover for you." In a good negotiation, both parties feel as though they've won. We need to keep our team motivated. And the next few slides will look at motivation. What motivates your team members? Now, I have some real issues about motivation. Some young people might be motivated by job position or money, the size of their salary. I've never worked in an organization where I can allocate bonuses or determine pay rises for people. Actually, I think that it could be quite arrogant to suggest that as a leader, as a manager, you can motivate other people. I believe that people have got their own motivation. They know what they want out of life. They know what they want out of this job. They know what they want from this project. They just want to do it, get on with it, move on to the next thing, perhaps. When you've been managing people who are in their 60s, who just want redundancy, they're just waiting for the next offer of early retirement, to suggest that I, as a manager, can do anything to motivate them is frankly, it's ridiculous. How do I get that person to attend meetings that are off-site, that require overnight travel, when the guy just says, "I'm not doing it"? He's just not motivated by it. You could argue he's the wrong person to have on the project team. Let's move him out. Let's get somebody else in. I believe that people have their own motivations. Understanding what that is can be useful to you, but that doesn't mean that you will be able to change it. Maslow's hierarchy of needs, another management theory that can perhaps help you understand what motivates people. The hierarchy of needs starts with the need for warmth and comfort and food and physical safety, acceptance within a group of people, being part of a team, and then perhaps responding to ego, to be involved in projects, challenging projects. Maslow's hierarchy of needs, quite interesting. Triangle, a pyramid of behaviors. You need to satisfy the bottom ones before you can move up to the next ones. Okay, so on your project team, there are things that we can do to help motivation. Make sure we've got clear objectives, clear project objectives. Make sure we can communicate how the project helps the company meet its strategic goals. Keep your team happy with the right tools, the right conditions, the right environment. Make sure they're well informed. Make them happy to come to work. Recognition is as important as reward. If you can't reward them financially, then recognize with a simple thank you what they've done, with a letter of thanks to their department heads when it's appropriate. Now, in summary about the project team, if you can build your own project team, that's ideal. I mean, pick a team that have got the skills you need for your project, and pick a team of people who know each other. And you're going to be on a head start to creating this performing team. Very often, though, you're allocated people. You don't know them. You don't know their skills. They don't know you. You've got to find out about your team members. Projects are done by people. Plans are very useful to get the project done. Plans by themselves are useless unless you've got the minds of the people behind you to implement those plans. I'm a firm believer that the plans should be created by the project team. It becomes the team's project. They will be committed and motivated to the project. So get the team to create the project plans. Get the team, get the people in your project to create the project plans, and hopefully then they'll be motivated and committed to delivering it. Okay, it's a long lecture. We've covered a lot of things from organizations through to skills, groups, teams, the Belbin characteristics, different managerial thoughts. There's many books in the library about the people issues around project management.